Okay. Hello, good morning, Pratap bhai. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine.
Very good. So, today I have a supercharged question. I think it's the mother of them all.
I can understand. Yes.
I think it's the mother of them all, but
Ah,
we'll find out.
ah,
So, the question comes to me
mm-hmm.
and many of us that what are we doing on this earth? What is this life all about? What is our purpose? Um, and why are we here?
Okay, that's a very good question. And I also myself gone through all these pondering in my earlier years. And I will share you what I have learned. First of all, when we ask, what is the purpose of life or why am I here? All those questions uh, are answered based on a first and foremost assumption that I am this body and the mind.
Mm.
So that's the assumption, and then we ask the purpose of the life. So then sometimes it may be very difficult to answer with these assumptions. So, what I have learned is that if we can find out the truth about ourselves, then that will answer most of our questions about why am I here, or what is this life, or what's the purpose. Because now we're asking based on the truth. Before we were assuming something to be true, like I'm this individual. So what's my purpose? It, it's very, very different kind of answer when I had asked this question
So let
in
me
the
back up. So
beginning.
you are saying let's first step back and find out and get clarity on who we actually are, which will help
Right,
us understand and answer all those other questions.
right.
Okay, very interesting. I would like to know that.
Okay, so here we are, and we are asking the question because we want to know the truth about ourselves. So I'm going to say, okay, who am I is the first and fundamental question that one should ask. When you ask, who am I? Then generally the answers are coming out from the mind. So right now, just ask the question, who am I? And don't answer with the mind. Because mind will say, I'm this, I'm that, all those things mind will say. But part them. We don't want to push them away or anything. We're not fighting with the thoughts. But we are not answering with mind that we have been answering all along our lives.
Hmm.
So when you ask the question, who am I? What
Let us
comes to
take
you?
10 seconds to think about it.
Yes.
Okay. So I did not get any answer then. I I just was,
Yes.
but I did not get an
Good.
answer.
Many, many thoughts came, right? But then you said, I don't want to answer with the mind. So that means if we don't inquire this kind of question, like most people are busy, doing their work, earning, raising family, and all that, they don't really ask this question. So they assume that what I know here is me, or my history, since childhood, this body, how people have told me I am, all these impressions, images, my belief, my opinions becomes me. If you notice that, because if you ask who am I, then you have to it say this and that, and I'm daughter and married with 2 children, all those things will come. So I'm saying if we don't, then in the silence of the mind, it's very possible to see that, oh my God, can I ask this question, who am I, without first being a conscious being? Only can ask this question.
You cannot
Right?
ask this question without being.
Being, mean here, and conscious.
Hmm.
Then only you can ask.
Yes, yes.
That's the first and foremost discovery.
That there
That
is someone,
yeah,
there is an...
yeah. Then you will, yes, there is, I am, is the feeling you get.
Yes.
Then that will go away right away. So then you say, what makes me believe that I am this body and the mind? What proof I have, in other words? Then what would you say?
The proof for my body is that I can feel it, I can touch it, I can hear from it. All my senses is basically the proof of my body, and my thoughts seem to be the proof that I have a mind.
When you say my senses, my body, where did you get that? I understand there is a body, there are the sensations, but you're already assuming that my senses, my body. So it's in a circle, right? When I say, what's the proof that you are this body and the mind? Then you are saying, because my sense, so you are already assuming without
Okay.
my senses, my body. If you say my senses, my body, then you have to say somebody is there. Now, what does that mean? Whose mind it is, whose body it is, whose sensation it is.
Isn't it this physical person is me, this that you can see with black hair and brown eyes?
This physical person is me, says who?
Says this mind
So
that
it's just a thought,
it's a thought. Yes.
right?
Yes.
Just a thought only that says I am this body.
That's true.
Now, thought comes from all the belief and the opinions and all the things that they have stored in that. That thought responds from this memory and says, I'm this body. Nothing else. Body doesn't say, sensation don't say.
Body is not saying, and the
Mind is also not saying, in a way, because when you say with the thought is just only expressing it.
okay, I'm
So
with
that
you.
means I am this body, you don't have really any proof. But it's a belief system. It's a whole thing is belief system, handed over from your childhood by people around us. That's the first thing we see. So if I put that on hold, that I don't have any proof that I am this body except in my thought. And the thoughts are the fleeting, and you know. And ultimately we will poke what is thought, the reality of thought.
Mhm.
So right now we can say that I don't know. I don't have a proof, solid, inherent proof that I'm this body. So if it is the case, then you say, okay, I don't know who am I right now. But I am not this body, it's for sure, right?
Okay, so yeah. Based on there is no proof, so I'm open to accepting that I don't know who am I, but and there is no proof that I'm this body or mind. So
Yeah.
we can put that aside.
Right.
So then
Very
who
good,
am
very
I?
good. Then what happens is that you will see that the mind opens up for all possibilities for you to be not this body and the mind. That's the very first requirement, that the mind should be open
Mm-hmm.
to receive answers,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And one thing you say, I don't know, but I know one thing, I'm not this body now. I know that. So with this open mind, you go around the world and try to live as if you are not the separate individual. You thought the body and the mind. The body and the mind has a purpose, okay, in the world, relative to others. The body and the mind, you are body and the mind, is relative truth, but not the absolute truth.
Mm.
Now with the open mind, knowing full well that I am not this body only, I go and deal with the people with this new understanding. And you will see the experiences and you will be convinced.
So hold off. Let's do this then. So why don't we end our session today
Huh.
with this
Hmm.
this kind of an open mind,
Ah,
and why don't I actually spend the next few days with this open mind and come back, and
we can,
let's find
we
out
can-
what.
yeah, we can proceed further to see the experiences are telling us something about who we really are. So we can come to that discussion.
Okay, so with this, we are going to say bye-bye to Pratap Bhai, and all of us have this open mind to experience this entire world without saying that this is this mind and body, this name Nomita, this mother. Gonna let go of those labels and go out and
Or
experience
say
the world.
that this Nomita, mother, no wife, and all that is my practical way of living. In other words, relative to father, I am daughter. Relative
Yes.
to husband, I am wife. Relative to children, you are mother. You see, you cannot say anything so tangible about you without referring to the outside things. So that means you are standing on some legs. You don't know what you really are, which is very good that at least you found out that I'm standing on some other people's leg
Mm.
as much as they are. You can only say yourself relative to something else that you are not.
Okay.
So we can conclude here right now
Mm-hmm.
and come back and complete the discussion
I think
and see
so.
where it leads us naturally. Thank you very, very much for giving me the opportunity to say something of which I'm so passionate.
We
And I
have to
hope it
thank you.
helps.
Thank you.
बंद करो जल्दी
बंद